All right, and good evening, everyone. Truly, the real you loves you because the real you is love. Welcome to this brand new session, this brand new year, this brand new day, this brand new moment. You know, God said, I'll make all things new, right? And so when you think in terms of newness of life, then you get to appreciate and learn how to appreciate every moment of your journey called life. Thank you for being here in this moment. My name is Oliver Blue, and I am you here as your temporary teacher, your temporary guide, your temporary coach. But most importantly, I am here to love you and to love me and to love everyone. Sometimes, when you been on this, have been labeled as a teacher of anything, you really can get caught up into thinking that that is really your true function. But I am learning more and more and more and more as I show up in the world, as a coach, as a teacher, as a guide, that my main function is not to teach you, but my main function is to love you and to love myself until all of us make up in our own mind that we're no longer going to give any value, any credence to the thing that we made, to our personal history, that we're no longer going to accept the conditioning and the messaging and the falsehood and the thing that we have substituted for what is true and what is real and what is infinite and what is timeless and formless. We're no longer going to hold on to those ideas about ourselves, but we're going to allow every illusion that we have ever held about ourselves to be dissolved just simply by letting it go and only embracing the truth that is true always about who we are as the perfect creation of love, as the extension of love in form, that we are these creations of that which is whole and complete, of that which is real, of that which is foundational, of that which cannot be shaken or altered. So I like that. I like that I'm only here to love you and not to teach you, and to love you until, like Jesus said, until we let go of every illusion we have ever held about ourselves, every idea that we've ever held about ourselves, every falsehood, everything we've ever thought about ourselves that was misaligned with the truth about who we really are. In the Psalms, it says that we have not made ourselves, but we are the creation of love. We are the creation of God. And that we have all been reconciled back into this one entity. We've all been put back into that which was never apart. That how believe that we fail from grace, or that we separated from our source, or we separated from love, or heaven was interrupted, or that reality uh, was compromised, that the truth had come undone somewhere in our belief construct. We embraced and followed that idea, and in so doing, we have created this world that we now find ourselves in 2025. That if you look at the history of humanity, if you look at the evolution of humanity, there is this constant repeating of the same thoughts and the same action that have brought about devastating results. Tremendous amount of pain, tremendous amount of suffering to the species. Because somewhere down the line, we fell asleep. We fell asleep. Or we took the detour into darkness. We left the road of truth. We left reality. We made for ourselves a world that embodies the idea of separation, sin consciousness, guilt, and fear. And thus we have the recording of history of humanity and all of the proof that somewhere along the line we made an error. You know, we like to say that man sinned and fell from grace, but that's not that's not even a possibility. Somewhere, somehow, we made an error. And the good news is that errors can be corrected. And that's part of my purpose for being here, is to correct the error that we thought that we made, and that this error became our reality, right? And so today I just want to spend a few moments just sharing something that has really arisen in me in such a way that I feel compelled to share, right? So and let me just read something here that I wrote today. I wanted to kind of record my feelings, right? I said that currently I am really, really feeling in my innermost self and if I would really hear the whispers of my intuition, that in this current moment in the world, with all of the disharmony, all of the seeming misalignment, the seeming disorder, the seeming uncertainty, and you notice I use the word seeming, I just feel like we're living in a time where everything seems somewhat fake, seemingly fake. There's a sense of that things are just not real. that something is really missing. Something is really missing from our relationships, not only with ourselves, but our relationship with our Creator and our relationship with each other. Something is missing in our leadership. And I'm not just talking about here in the United States, but I'm speaking collectively, I'm speaking globally. But there seems to be something missing in our leadership, something missing or misaligned in our politics. There seems to be something real fake about our religious communities, our places of faith. Something just seems real fake in this moment. Now, this is my intuition. This is my inner voice that's been whispering to me here recently. Something seems real fake in our sports. You know, they introduced sports betting over the last few years, and just seemed like ever since the sports betting has been in place, something seems to be inauthentic. Something seems real fake in our arts. Everything feels, and I just wrote this, everything feels really, really fake. And that's just my intuition whispering to me. And as a person, a spiritual person, a spiritual teacher, a voice for truth, a lover of truth, I just feel like I need to voice what I'm feeling right now in this moment. And that's why I'm here making this live, or having this live conversation. And I hope you are here to catch the live or even catch the replay. I'm on multiple platforms where I'm recording this right now. And I feel like I just need to voice what I'm feeling right now in this moment. Because I think everyone is feeling some level of the same thing. And so, yeah, that's just kind of where I've been here over the last recent months. It's one thing to just observe things happening around you, right? Because I have learned that, I'm not to live from the outside in, but from the inside out. But it's another thing when there's this internal urging that is calling you to turn within and bring your observations, within. The Course in Miracles says that we are to bring the illusion to the truth. And so after being inspired to come and share what I'm feeling in this moment, right? I just want to, have some conversation around that. And this sense of things being misaligned and out of order, and having this sense of uncertainty and this sense of things not being real, that's not coming from a place of fear. But I'm examining all of this, all of my feelings and emotions through the eyes of love. When I bring these feelings and bring these emotions in this moment to the truth, to the light, there's no fear present. But there is something here that I think I am being inspired to share, because I'm inspired to be the voice of how most people are feeling in this moment. And if what I have said has resonated with you thus far, just stay with me, because I'm going somewhere with this. And I believe that it's going to help all of us. And so what I'm naming or experiencing is not real, it's not like I'm cynical or this is right, like just cynicism, but I think it's my spiritual discernment that is at play and that is at work here. And that I feel like it's shared among all of humanity, that it is shared among the collective. And if we all would be honest with ourselves, this quiet whisper is the beating of all humanity. It's the beating heart of all humanity, that we all sense it. And how we respond to it is up to us. It's up to you. It's up to me. So I did a little research. So when I say things feel fake, what does fake actually means? So when people say fake, they usually think about deception, about being deceived, about something that is being misrepresented. But what my intuition is pointing to is something that is much deeper than fake as being deceptive or as being evil. But I see it's more of being a misalignment, that there's a misalignment in this moment. Like we have gone off the course of what is natural. That we have left our first love, or that we have denied our very nature, which is love, which is unity, which is oneness, which is certainty, which is confidence. And so sometimes fake is described as not having essence, having a form, but not having real essence. The Bible talks about we having a form of knowledge, but not the truth. It's like performing without having presence. It's like having language without lived truth. It's about having authority without any coherence, or like having identity without any awareness. All these are just examples of what fake can be described as. The Course in Miracle talks about illusions. It even say that the world is an illusion, right? And that the world that we see is an illusion of a world, that even the world that we see is not real, that we know that we live in this three-dimensional world where everything here is temporal, everything here is temporary, everything here is moving, everything here is vibrating, and is moving and changing and taking on different forms and different expressions, like from day to day as we wake up and as we live our lives. Things change every day and in every moment. So what feels fake isn't that people are malicious, but it just feels like that we have left our first love, that we are living our lives without a conscious awareness to what is true, to what is eternal, to what is infinite. As though we have left our first love, or as that we have separated from our source. The leadership, it's like leadership without wisdom, religion without love. This is kind of defined. This is kind of the outpicturing of what we all are observing in this moment. That the leadership lacks wisdom. That religion lacks love. That the art is becoming without soul, and that sport is without play, and that politics is without service. That people are not in politics now to serve; they're in politics to better their own self. In sports, because of the sports betting and because of all that goes with sports, it seems like the real motive now is not necessarily winning, but it's more like making a name for yourself. And that our art is without real content, without real soul, and that our religion is without love. You look at most traditional religions right now, and it appears that we are more about supporting our beliefs and our doctrine than we are about the character of our leaders. And the leaders of our nation appear to be so much in a grab for resources and control over the masses that we're looking not for servants, but we're looking for leadership that support our own specialness. And so I'm not here like judging any of this. My feelings are not like a judgment. But my feelings are more like a recognition, an expanded recognition that we have lost our first love. We have gone away from that which is true. Over in Psalms 82, I just want to read a couple of these scriptures. It's a very short chapter, only 7 verses, but I want to read this. It said, God stands in the congregation of the mighty, and he judges among the gods. Big God stands in the congregation of the mighty, meaning his creation, and he judges among his creation, or he judges among us. It says, how long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Defend the poor and the fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and the needy. Deliver the poor and the needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. And this is the verse I wanted to get to. It says, they know not, neither will they understand. They know not. You've heard me say here many times that the biggest or the greatest cost in life is not the homes that we buy or the vehicles that we buy or the other expensive toys that we buy, the boats and the planes, and it's not our investments, it's not the taxes that we pay, it's not the college tuition that we shove out to our university systems. But the greatest cost, you've heard me say that the greatest cost in life is not knowing. Because when we don't know, like it says here, they know not, neither will they understand. So when we don't know, it is very costly. Because where there is no knowledge, there is no understanding. And the proverb says that in all you're getting, get understanding. It is the principal thing. So not knowing is very costly. Just think about your own experience. How much have you of your resources had to be given out because of lack of knowing something, having accurate knowledge about something. So not knowing is the greatest cost that we pay in life. And that's why it's so important that we're always on our growing edge, that we're always seeking to expand our understanding and to expand our knowledge and to expand our awareness. In other words, to always be in a growth mode, to always be learning. So it says, they know not, neither will they understand. Right? So without knowledge, there is no understanding. Understanding has to do with not seeing through your own eyes, not seeing through your own perspective, not seeing through your past experiences, but understanding has to do with standing under another point of view. Standing under another's perception. The Course calls it Christ's vision. And so understanding is so important. We have to be willing to let go of what we thought we knew, right? We have to be willing to open up our heart to something that is beyond what we already know. So it takes a sense of humility. It takes a sense of humility in order to understand, to stand under another, so that you can see from a with more clarity, so that you can see with more awareness, for the sole purpose of what? Understanding. And so it says, neither will they understand. And the results of not understanding is that we will continue to walk on in what we only know, or what we think we know. It says here that they walk on in darkness. So when we are not expanding our awareness, when we're not open to more revealed knowledge, more light, more illumination, more enlightenment, right? When we're not open to that, it says that we walk in darkness. To remain where you are in awareness is to remain in darkness. That which appeared to be light at one time will become darkness if we don't continue to open ourselves up for more revelation, for more light, for more inspiration. That's why communities like this are so important. That's why being in a community, or in fellowship, or in communion with others that are growing and expanding and are learning, is so important. It's so vital to our well-being. It's so vital to our peace of mind. That's the reason we created this Truly Live Foundation, this Truly Live platform, so that we can at least provide a space and a place, not for everybody, but those that resonate with our messaging, that resonates with our voice, those that are open to receive our love. Because remember, our main goal here is not to teach you, but to love you. But love in of itself, it has a voice, it has a message. And that message is a message of remembrance, remembering who we really are, and remembering the timeless and the changeless source that we continue to be one with. It says, so they walk on in darkness, and all the foundations of the earth are out of course. So you see the progression here. They know not. So knowing is so important. Knowing is more valuable than any belief system that we can embrace, or any construct, because belief system is no more than a construct. It's an idea. It's a concept. And it's based, these constructs, these belief systems are based on limited ideas. It's based on a limitation. And anything that is based on limitation, it doesn't have a real foundation, because in truth there are no limitations. In truth there is no separation. In truth there are no limits. We are a part of an essence. We are a part of a reality. We are part of a being that is infinite, that has no beginning and has no end. This is the truth that is true always concerning us. And that we remain as we were created, as these whole and complete universal expressions of love and form. Like Jesus said, I and you and me, we're one. we're in the Father, and the Father are in us. We're one. So whatever the essence of God is, whatever the essence of love is, that is our very own nature. And there is no limitations in God. Love is all encompassing. God is all encompassing. Therefore, we are all encompassing. And so when we elevate our mind and our thinking to this reality, to the reality of who we are, that is a knowledge. That is a knowing. And what will flow from that knowledge and that knowing is an understanding where we now have the mind of Christ, where we now have the vision of God, where we now have an understanding of the reality of who we are, that we're not just these body experiences, we're not just our history, we're not just our government name and our government numbers, we're not just the son or the daughter of our earthly parents, but we are the very offspring of the one being that we all share. And he's gonna make reference to that right here. Because remember, when we started this verse in Psalm 82, it says, God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judges among the gods. Who you think he's talking about? He's talking about his creation. He's talking about you and me. And so from this knowing, there comes an understanding. We get vision. We now can see as God see. We see as love see. We see the wholeness and the beauty and the completeness of who we are. We see the oneness that we share. We see the alignment that is unaltered. We see the harmony that is in this creation. We see the certainty that we remain as we are created, that in truth our innocence or our inner sense of oneness with our Creator is something that can never be broken. And see, that brings about an understanding, that brings about and in that understanding it brings about a certainty. And when you look at our present day world, there's so much uncertainty in the world right now among people. There is so much skepticism among humanity. Why is that? Well, he's telling us right here. That we know not, neither do we understand. And as a result of that, we walk in the darkness. And this is not a judgment. This is not a rejection. This is just defining an experience that we're having when we deny the truth that is true always about us. When we reject our true identity. And so he says, so darkness comes over us. And it said, it appears that all the foundations of the earth are out of course. Does it seem like that's the movie that's being played here in 2026? That all the foundations of the earth are out of course. That everything seemed to be misaligned. When humanity rise to a level of thinking to where we no longer value life. We no longer value each other based on what can be seen with the natural eye. That any life is expendable. We're living in a time now where there are wars and rumors of wars, where there are hundreds of thousands of people being killed in wars, innocent people. And our politics say that it's acceptable. Our commitment to what we have made says it's acceptable. Our commitment to our religions and to our nationality says that it's acceptable. When we rise to that level of thinking, we see the craziness that continue to go on and on, as though it becomes a normal, acceptable reality. But that's the farthest from reality. Your inner man, your inner spirit tells you that something is out of course. And here it says that what happens is, he said, all the foundations are out of course. But if it's a true foundation, true foundations are unmovable. They are changeless. They are unalterable. And so the foundation is talking about here is the foundation that we have made to be a substitute for the real foundation, for the real, because foundations are immovable. And so we have rejected the truth, and we have substituted the truth with a falsehood. And then it goes on to say, I have said ye are gods. It says, I have said that ye are God, or ye are of the God kind. Ye are of me. Ye are like me. I've created you in my image and in my likeness. I have said this. I have done this. I'm going to pause for a minute. I got to take care of one thing. Hang on one second. All right, I'm back. Where was I? I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. So what is that saying? That all of us are what? In the image and likeness of God. That we're all an extension of the Most High God. That we're all an extension of love. all, that means that there are no exceptions. No exceptions, because what? Love must be total. There are no exceptions. But when we value life and when we value individuals based on the color of their skin or their gender or their nationality or their religion or all the different components that we use to separate and divide and to give value to humanity, to promote inequality, all these things becomes a rejection of the truth that is true always. That like it says here, that ye are gods, that all of us are gods, and all of us are children, equal children of the Most High. Equal. All of us have equality with God. All of us were created by the same loving God, by the same loving source. But when we deny that and create belief systems and constructs to be a substitute to that reality, the next verse says, even though you are all gods and that you are all children of the Most High, he said that it says that, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. That's going to be our experience. And it's not a punishment. It's not a judgment. All of this has happened because of misalignment. All of this comes from being misaligned or out of alignment with the truth that is true always. And so what I'm feeling about everything being somewhat fake in this moment, I want you to know that these feelings that I'm having and that you're having, they're not facts. But they do serve as a messaging to remind us that something is out of alignment. So we're not to believe what we're feeling, and I'm not to believe what I'm feeling. Like I said, I've brought these feelings through the truth, and so there's no fear. So we're not to believe what we're feeling, but we're not to suppress what we're feeling. But we're meant to listen, to go more into our intuition, more into our inner self, to turn within, not to turn without. And listen even more beneath the noise. Listen even more beneath the feelings, beneath the emotions. And so what is being whispered to us is not that everything is wrong, but it is saying that something essential in our life has been forgotten. We have forgotten something. Psalm 82 tells us here what we have forgotten, that we are gods and that we are children of the Most High. All of us, equally, all humanity. All humanity, equally. And so what we do to another, we're actually doing it to ourselves, because we're all joined in one mind. We're all joined in one being that we share, in one life that we share. And so when we look out in the world and see the mass destruction, the mass murdering, the killing of innocent humanity, women, children, from all walks of life, from all parts of the planet, when killing has become the order of the day, kill or be killed, to destroy and to pilferage and to subject and to suppress a people or a nation or a light group of people. Don't we see in this moment where the real issue is? It's a lack of knowledge. It is a lack of knowledge that causes us not to understand and to walk on in darkness, as though all of the foundations of the world are out of course. Again, it's not that everything is wrong, but it is that something essential has been forgotten. So I am here tonight to remind you, if you're listening to me live, if you're listening to the replay, I'm here to remind you. I'm here as a symbol of remembrance. It is through the remembrance that we make correction. It is through our remembering the truth that is true always, that brings us back into alignment, that brings us out of disorder into order, to bring us out of uncertainty into certainty, to bring us out of the fake into the real. And to remind you that the tiny mad idea of separation, it really never occurred. That we remain connected as one, that we remain as God created us. That the belief, that the construct of separation, it really has never occurred. So our feelings serve as a real holy purpose. A couple notes here. It says, it alerts us that the surface reality has drifted from the truth. It calls us inward, not outward. This feeling comes from within, not from without. And it's calling us to come within. It invites us to embody what we already know, and not to merely comment on it, but to embody it. So if everything feels fake, it may be because what is real is trying to come forward. And the contrast is becoming impossible to ignore. What is the quiet whisper saying to you? What are your feelings and emotions messaging to you? Here it says that the contrast is becoming impossible to ignore. What is the voice of intuition saying to you in this moment? It's not to be suppressed. It's not to be taken as punishment. It's not a fear-based operation here. But love is at work. It is not a call to fight darkness, but it's more of a call to reveal the light. It's more of a call to return to our first love. It's more of a call to accept the reality of who we are. It's more of a call to trust and to return to the truth that is true always. So, how do we integrate these feelings into the truth of what we already know? Because we already know this. Eternity have been placed in all of our hearts. The knowledge of God is in all of us. Every single solitary person. There is not a person on this planet right now that the knowledge of God is not in their remembrance. So how do we integrate how we feel so that we can liberate ourselves, liberate our minds, open our heart, and awaken to the peace that is already present within us? So here's some good wisdom. And that is, we are not here to fix the world. We're not here to change the world. The Course in Miracles says that we're here to change our mind about the world. So this sense of fake that we may be sensing or feeling, it's not for us to respond by trying to heal that which is not real. Because the separation is not real. So you don't try to fix one illusion with another illusion. You end up with an illusion. So we're not here to heal the world. We're not here to fix the world. But we're here to be the expression of the light. We're here to be the light of the world. And we do that by becoming one with that which is our reality. And that we are only here for love, and that our life is to become the reflection of love. So to expand our awareness of the universal love that we all share, and to become the full expression of that in every area of our life. Yeah. And so no one can stop you from being what is most natural to you, and that is being loving. And to express in that love in every area of your life. To let go of all of the unforgiveness that we have held out of what? Not knowing. Now that we know that it is quite natural for us to let go of all of the defenses, to let go of all of the offenses that we have held within our hearts towards one another, towards nations, towards religions, towards people at large. It is through forgiveness. Jesus showed us that is the formula. The last thing that he communicated to all of us. He said, Father, I forgive them, for they know not what they do. So it was through forgiveness he learned the secret. He learned the principle that sets all men free. And that is the principle of forgiveness. Not that we forgive for what anyone has done, because we realize that what we thought our brother had done to us, they really haven't done that to us. It was our belief system that caused us to hold uh, to put something between me and my brother, who is myself, and replace that with replace the love that is our reality with something that is offensive. And so when we learn to let that go, that is how we liberate our minds, open our hearts, and awaken to the peace that's already within us. That is how we actually fulfill our purpose in life. That is how we become, like Jesus said, ye are the light of the world. You are the one that reveals light. You don't fight darkness, right? But you reveal light. Yes. And so I'm going to close by making a few statements here. These are a few reflections I want to make here. It says, what feels fake to me right now and what feels quietly, undeniably real? What if the discomfort is not a sign of loss, but an awakening of honesty? When the world feels fake, it's because truth is asking to be embodied, not explained. We indeed are not here to fix the world, but we are here to anchor reality, to anchor presence, and to anchor love, and to anchor coherence wherever we stand. And that, my friend, is not fake at all. So there you have it. I shared my feelings, I shared my emotions, and I tried to make sense of all of it and to reframe it and to put it in the right perspective, right? To put it under the right knowledge and understanding so that I embrace the reality that all humanity are of the God kind and all humanity are children of the Most High equally. And so with that, how could I not but love my brother or my sister? Taking from them, oppressing them, killing them is not an option. Because what I do to my brother, I do to myself. Because my brother and I are one. And so with that understanding, it is easy to be the carrier of light, to reveal light, to be the light of the world, to not fix the world, but to reveal light. And in the revealing of light, all the dissolution, all the illusion of darkness, all the darkness is dissolved. And not one bullet is fired. Thank you so much for bearing with me tonight. And hey, these are the kinds of impromptu sessions we're going to be having here in 2026 with Truly Live. And we invite you to join in the conversation. I believe someone was helped tonight. I believe we have returned the truth to its source and the source to the truth. And in so doing, all falsity is dissolved. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you on the next live session of Truly Live. Bye-bye.